Happy Memorial Day weekend, everyone. So it's a holiday weekend. Monday is the holiday, Memorial Day, where we remember all our veterans who fought in the war and stuff. So, yeah. But okay, so my name is Sharon, and I'm going to be sharing with you some different things about my crochet. I have not got the crab finished quite yet. I'm close, but not quite finished. My eyes watering a little bit today. I had an eyelash in it Wednesday, and so I did crochet yesterday, and I will crochet today to finish it up. My yarn I chose is a little bit thicker than the rest of the yarn, so it's getting a little bit, I'm making it very, very tight to get it smaller, and therefore it's hard on my wrist, and I have to take breaks because I do have arthritis. I've had arthritis since I was a teenager. Very weak wrist. It's very skinny. Skinny wrist. Yeah. See? What I can do? Yeah. I can do that. My fingers touch. So, anyway, to start off with, tonight my niece is having a baby shower. My middle niece is giving my oldest niece a baby shower because she's having a little boy in August, late August, early September, somewhere around there, I guess. And when I crocheted this originally, I was thinking about giving it to the baby. And so I am. This is what I'm going to give to my niece, this little bear that I had made. I'm going to let my mom wrap it up and take it to the baby shower. The baby shower is at a park. And while maybe they do have an area where you can get to it without having to take a bunch of steps, there's not really good seating that I can get up from, so I don't really feel like it's accessible, and the toilets there definitely won't be accessible. So I'm not going to go. But I'll see the bear. Okay, on another note, in my book that I am making, that I want to make on sea creatures, they don't have to be real sea creatures. They can be things that we imagine. And so I'm including a mermaid. And I don't know if this is the one I should take the picture of, or if this is the one that take the picture of. Believe it or not, this is made from the same pattern. What's the difference, you ask? The size of the yarn. Not the size of the hook. The size of the yarn. Hook was the same size. Smaller yarn, smaller doll. Yeah. And so the hook is what's going to be making the difference. And now, where did we leave off? Oh, had I done this one? Here's the back of the crab. Underside. No, not the back. It's the bottom of the crab. I have done a back loop only between the yellow and the pink, so that it can kind of stand up a little bit like that. And I got to get stitch markers out just for this. Stitch markers are going to have to put the pinchers, the eyes, which these eyes are doing a little downward spiral. I'm changing the pattern from what is on this to where there's just one more row. Instead of having going 6, 6, 6, it's going to go 7, 7, 7. Oops, 6, 6, 6. Actually, it doesn't do 6, 6, 6. It does 6 rows of 6. And so it's going to do 6 rows of 7 on my pattern to give you room for the size of eye. I don't know what size it is. It comes from a kit that has a whole bunch of different sizes, and I forgot what was in it. Maybe I'll have to look it up to try to figure that out. But anyway, yeah, I would leave that up to the crocheter to have discretion of what size they think would fit. Because if you pick the wrong size that you think on the outside looks good, you got to remember you might need to make sure you have space for the back post thing on the inside, and that's why it's puffed up like that. And I don't think you see the stuffing too much. It is white. So anyway, now where did it go? I had it. Oh, yes, I did. Here is as far as I've gotten the top shell. I'm letting it curve as I go because, like I said, it's a bigger yarn. Bigger yarn. I'm almost thinking that somewhere I have a 4-weight yarn mixed in with my 3 weights. And I chose this color because I thought it was 3-weight. I mean, I thought it was in there. I like the color. But it is a much thicker yarn. It's going to, this ball of yarn, when I'm finished, it's going to go back into I'm getting the from Walmart. They have cheese puff barrel, and I've gotten 2 of them so far, and I'm saving the barrel. The first barrel is holding my yarn scraps that I'm using to make tindles or little small things with. And the other bucket has the 3-weight balls already. So when I get another one and it gets all eaten, I'm giving it to my mom and my great niece because I thought they were a little bit dry. I don't really like the cheese balls in them, but I want to use the barrel. And so anyway, so the barrel's going to have put that back in there. Barrel is going to have the 4-weight yarn. And I'm going to label the top of the lid. The lids are purple, but I'm going to label the top of the lid 3-weight, 4-weight by the size of the balls of the yarn. And I might need to have a third barrel to have 2 3-weights because I have more yarn in the other room that might be already wound into balls. And because if I try to find and buy those cubby things to put your yarn in, a ball of yarn is going to fall out too easily. And so I would put those on top of that. But right now I'm waiting. I'm just waiting before I try to order that. I'm trying to get organized with my yarn a little bit before that to decide which direction to go in about organizing my yarn. I want to be able to see my yarn. I want to be able to take it out and use it when I need to. And yeah, so anyway, Mermaid's going in this bag of the Sea Creation book. I need to try to figure out the best way to get professional photographs of the finished objects that are for the patterns I made for this book that I'm working on. And I just need to get professional. Try to figure a way to get professional pictures. Try to do that. Once upon a time I had a program where I could do that. I don't have a program like that anymore. So anyway, so I just got to figure it out and get photos that look nice that I could put in the book. I would use Amazon Publishing. Oh, and that brings me to another thing. My yogurt making. Gotten it to the point where that when I have about 28 jars of yogurt wee jar lids onto the wee yards, reusing them, putting my own yogurt into it, homemade yogurt into those jars. I know WE doesn't want us to do that, but I gotta figure out a way to use some of those jars, and homemade yogurt tastes better. But anyway, so back to the wee jars. I had 28 lids, and I needed 29, 30. 31, 32 lids. So I ordered some from Amazon because they're on Amazon now and easier to find. First time I bought them, I had to find them on the obscure Yoplait website or something. They weren't on Amazon the first time I ordered them. And they came 4 to a pack. This time they come 8 to a pack. I ordered them. And I don't have Prime anymore. I turned off my Prime a while back because I wasn't using Amazon as often. So I don't want to pay for something I'm not using. I turn it on and off as needed. And turning it on for one little small order is paying $29 to get shipping free for one item that's going to be $6 in shipping. Isn't economical. So I didn't turn it back on. And surprisingly, the item I ordered, those lids, came on the Amazon Prime truck. Well, I was getting the notification that how many stops away they were going to get. That's the one thing I like about that. They tell you when they're coming. You can track them. And I was home. Good thing I was home. She brings me the package. I go inside. She has a delivery next door. I'm excited and open it up. Uh-oh. It's not my package. It was the next door neighbor's package. Now the thing is, the item that they got could have been the lids if they were all stacked together in a round little form, and that wasn't. And so I was able to catch the driver's attention before she drove off. It's that quick. I did catch her, and she fixed it. Unfortunately, I had opened my neighbor's package, and I didn't mean to. But anyway, so I got my wee lids, and next time I make yogurt, I'll have enough jar lids. Now, finding space in the cooler is a different little thing, and I've got an idea how to do that. The thing about the cooler is it's not flat going down, down, down. It comes narrower at the bottom and coming up a little bit. So, what I'm going to do is play with the placement, because there are gaps I have to fill with paper towels to catch the moisture and to keep the yogurt from touching the hot water bottles. But anyway, the placement in there is what I'm thinking about, is taking one of the jars, one of the wee jars in the area that's a little too tight, and just putting it upside down, because those wee jars won't fit in that particular area. I can get 6 of them in there with a little gap, and the jar I was using would fit down into that little gap a little bit, and then one more on top. So I can probably get 3 on it, and I can get a couple more on other areas. So anyway, I'm going to see if that one jar upside down would level it to the area where it needs to be sitting on top of each other. That should work, hopefully. If not, I just have to try to rearrange things and do it a little bit different, which I can do. But anyway, I'm excited. It'll be another month before I need any more yogurt, because I got 28, 29, 30. I got 30 yogurt jars. Making them in big batches. They last a month. That's good. So anyway, 30. That's what I did. And so anyway, it's a good day. It's not really too hot yet. We have the air conditioner in here and in my room. And it hasn't been really hot enough for the air conditioner to run the whole day. But the one beside me here, right there, it doesn't cut off and on. It keeps running and running. So if you turn it on and it gets too cold, you're going to have to turn it back off, which is easy because it's right here. So anyway, I hope everybody has a good Memorial Day weekend. And my dad was a veteran, but he never served in the wars. So he is now 87, going to be 88 or 88. He's 88. 88 years old. My mom's 80. Wow. So anyway, yeah, I'm 57. Can you imagine that? 57. January I'll be 58. But I got till January. Got a long way to go. Several more months. We'll have a new grate. They live in different town now, further away, about 1.5 hours away. So I don't know how often we'll see the new baby. I would love to babysit the new baby. I did with his brother. His name's going to be Walden. I don't know. Is that a family name? Have you heard the name Walden? Is that somewhere like... I mean, I don't know if it's not my family name. Might be in her husband's family name. Or it might be a name she found in a baby book. I don't know how she came up with that name. It's unique, I think. But back when my sister was born, Callie, not Kelly, but Callie, that one hadn't been as common, but it was a family name. But now it's more popular. So that may be one name that just is getting back into becoming popular. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here and say bye now. And please like, subscribe, and comment below. Yeah.